Oh, are we live?
I
Yes.
think we're live.
Is that what the little red ticker means?
I think so.
Okay. I've only done a half a dozen of these. It gets my nerves right at the last second though.
Right.
It's like, oh, I forgot to hit this because that countdown that we just did.
Yeah.
We didn't even see it because I forgot to hit go live. So anyway, hey, we're live.
We are.
All right. So hey, there's 13 people watching already, Jason.
Holy moly. That's awesome.
Dropped off. There's 10 now. Oh, well, that's okay. It was good to see you three guys.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, so just wanted to get on here. Everybody, all 7 of you, they're like, shoot, it's those 2. I'm getting the heck out of here.
We're out of here.
They'll come back, maybe. So I told, let me adjust my camera. It bothers me. It's not completely straight. All right. So anyway, hey, everybody. Go ahead and start throwing your comments in there. Jason.
Fred, I'm out of here. I don't blame you, Fred.
I know, Fred. Anyway, what was I saying? So Jason, I told Jason recently, I said, I have to have you on sometime. And I totally forgot about it. So he said, hey, whenever you're ready. So I said, I'm very spur of the moment. My wife hates it. And I said, hey, you want to do it right now? And he's like, well, I can't do it right now. I've got something going on right now. But how about an hour from now? I'm like, good. Hey, I know you were kidding, Fred. So anyway, I wanted to get Jason on here. Number one, I want you guys, if you haven't already heard of the Blue Ox Model Shop, Jason Hanscom, I wanted you guys to see him in person. And then I want you to go sub to his channel and check out his content. He's been building model cars for a long time. He's got a huge collection of built. He's one of the guys that it really gets under my skin because he builds everything that he gets. He doesn't collect well, but that's changed here recently. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But anyway, wanted to get on here and hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony. How are you?
Hey, Brian, Donald, Rick. Anyway. So, wanted to get on here and just chat for a few minutes, let Jason kind of give you his background. To be honest with you, Jason, I don't really know your how you got started, but it's probably a lot like most people. But anyway.
Yeah. It's pretty typical.
Yeah. So, why don't you do that? Why don't you let us, I'm going to start looking at the chat.
Okay.
Tell me, what was your first model? What got you into this hobby, and did you have in and out periods like most of us?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So what piqued my interest early on, I had family members that, uncles and cousins that built models. They had, big piles of unbuilt models and these cool models that were always on a shelf. And when I was a real little kid, I'd go over there and look at them and just fascinated by them. And my uncle had Scale Auto magazines. He had them in the powdered laundry soap boxes. He would have them organized by year in those. And when my parents were over there, they were visiting, they would go over once a week on Saturdays or Fridays and play cards and all that kind of stuff. And I would just right into the basement and start looking through those magazines.
Yeah.
And that's what got me wanting to build models. As far as my first model, believe it or not, I actually remember which one that was. It was that god-awful Revell 69 Camaro. The proportions of that car just are not correct. I don't remember how it went together. I don't think I painted it. And I'm pretty sure it got smashed up. But that was my first model kit.
Revell 69. And so what year?
I think it was either Revell or Monogram. Maybe it was Monogram back then, but it was the white, so like a white 69 Camaro.
What year do you think that was when you're a few years older than me, but what year, like late 70s?
That was early 80s.
Early
maybe
80s.
82, 83, maybe somewhere in there.
Okay.
I'm thinking, I could be off on that, but that was my first model.
Okay.
And I've definitely had some downtime. I've got kids that are all grown now and off on their own, and you got to take time to raise them.
Right.
Life gets in the way. Recently, we bought a house, where I am now, and that slowed me down for a bit, but I am back at it full swing, as you can tell.
Yeah. So Fred Henry
that kit came out in the late 70s.
Well, so okay, so you've got shelves, not a shelf, of built models,
yes,
like when you pan around, if it's not Hot Wheels, it's built cars. I don't see stacks. I see right in front of you is your stash, right above you.
Yeah, it's right here.
If you want to call like 30 model kits a stash, I'd say that's not anything. That's not a stash at all.
Honestly, I mean, you can joke, but I think I'm up to 60.
You're up to 60 already.
Yeah,
but you plan on building. Yeah, you're. Oh well, I don't know. Hey, let's get there real fast about collecting. So I'm a collector.
Yep.
If it were up to me, if I could just buy them all the time, I wouldn't build any, because I have a lot more fun buying them and looking at and just holding the boxes and rocking them and stuff like that. But you're so different. You want to build every one of them. So
I do.
But recently you sent me a text.
I did. Yep.
I did. I'll let you explain that real fast.
So yes, I feel like every model kit is supposed to be built. That's why they make them. And I think that comes from, like I said before, being a little kid and seeing, going to my uncle's house and seeing all of those model kits that he built. He had been building models since the early 60s. So I'm used to seeing these shelves filled with model kits. The car, you could actually see it. So that's, I think, where my drive to build every model comes from. Until I bought that Mickey Thompson Challenger 1 from the RTS model show. And I got home, and Harry from Super Sport Model Shop, he helped me look it up too, as well as you, because I couldn't get the page to load on my computer.
Yeah.
And it's actually a 1962 original issue kit, and the box is in really good shape, and it's not missing any parts. So I started thinking, boy, I don't know if I want to build this kit. I think I kind of want to hold on to this one. I mean, it's one kit.
So if you decided to build that kit, it's okay. So I almost said it's gone forever. It's not gone forever. It's in its completed state.
Yep.
But to me, you guys are in the chat. Let me know if you kind of understand where I'm coming from, and you too, Jason.
Okay.
If it's taken off the tree, okay, not even taken off trees, because I know your Mickey Thompson car is off the trees. It's the parts are in the box. But when those parts, when they're put together, paint's applied, glue's applied.
Yeah.
In my mind, now this is me, and it's just the way my crazy mind works. It's like it's gone, and it's never to be in that state again, because now it's whole, whatever.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's my hesitation with old kits, is because I'll get guys, and I don't want to steal your conversation, but I got guys that'll be like, "Hey, you're going to die, and the 10-year-old kid's going to get that old time, and they're going to bust it open and glue it together." Whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, right.
But right now, I think that I've said it before, I feel like I'm kind of like the custodian of these, and I'll maybe somebody will pass them on. The yard sale that she'll have when I die, they'll be passed on then. But I don't know, man. So when you talk about you build everything you get, and you told me that day, you said, should I collect it or build it? What? And I said, do you even have to ask me?
Exactly. Well, see, now I can understand that to a point, because so even though it's not the same, to me it's the same. Hot Wheels cars.
Yeah.
I cannot bring myself to open one of these Hot Wheels cars. And I follow a guy, Mike's Model Shop. He does Hot Wheels, a lot of Hot Wheels stuff. And he opens every one of those suckers. And he races them. And sometimes I'm watching his videos and I'm like, oh, God, what are you doing? Why are you opening that? Oh, so I understand where you're coming from. To a point.
Yeah. But on my video that I released today with the progress that I made on the Cadillac.
Yeah.
I mentioned, this isn't a plea for people to do something, but I said, if I buy a classic kit and it's wrapped in its cellophane, I'm probably not going to bust it out of the cellophane. Even if I buy it, I don't know, and it's the cellophanes, I have a hard time building it. I might, but if someone like what was the guy's name that sent me the 27? Oh man, his name left me. Anyway, the 27 gangbusters, Lincoln.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He requested that I'd build it, and I felt obligated, but it was really fun. And then this kit was sent to me. Now it's a late release of an old kit, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to build it. So if someone sends me one that the plastic's busted off of it, and they say, hey, would you build? I'm going to build it. I have more fun building the classic kits than I do the modern kits. So why do I have such a problem opening these things up? And it's crazy.
I don't know. So if somebody was to send you a kit that was sealed and specifically asked that you build it, how hard would it be for you to crack that open?
I would do it if someone asked me to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
And I would build it, whatever. I'm going to respect the wishes of the person. If they so wanted to send it, I would do that. And again, have fun doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm just a weird guy.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's my wife.
It is what it is.
Let's get back to you. So you saw the scale autos. You you saw the scale autos. You had a desire to build them. You kind of laid off. Then you came back, and then your room is now full. So how long have you been building again? Those ones in your collection here, are those all from a period where you have not stopped building? Yeah.
So I started building. You can't really say full time. How about I started building regularly about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So the mass that you see on these shelves, that is my steady period from about 10 years. Of building models, and you can see the progression in my ability. You really can.
Yeah. Okay.
When it was, I want to say it was maybe a couple years ago or so that I found the modeling community on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, it was Lucas C's channel was the first model car channel that I'd ever seen. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And that's kind of what made me start wanting to add some details, like add plug wires, add battery cables, do that kind of thing. That was kind of the kick to get me going.
Yeah.
And just, it's like a snowball, to be honest with you. And then you get the Facebook groups that started popping up, and just kind of, here I am today.
Yes. So you were already building before you found the YouTube community and the Facebook communities and all that. And that's unlike a lot of people that got back into it. Me particularly, YouTube's what really got me back into it. Not that I was in it and I found YouTube.
Yeah.
Just like Michael says here, HPI guy was the guy who got me the juices flowing again, and I wanted to do it. And then I found that guy Lucas C. Pretty much at the same time. And I didn't even realize that at that time Luke had just started his channel, but it so motivated me. I had a few kits. So my dad always loved models. Not that he was a builder. He built a few, particularly the 48 Ford that I've still not put back together. But anyway, he had some models. He passed away in 2017. And he had these model kits in his house that he was saving for me. And he says, whenever I die, you can have them. He had them stacked up, wrapped in cellophane so they wouldn't get dust all over them.
Oh, nice.
In the boxes. And I've got those. And so that really, whenever he passed away, I got his, 8 or 10 kits. And it was like, I gotta add to this. And I started adding. And, not necessarily building, but adding, and found the channels. And then it's just like, I got to try this. And then I started building a few. I built probably 6 or 7. I was like, I could probably, let me try this YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Just like you.
And
here I am. And you are doing such a great job of consistently having content. That the Blue Ox Model Shop is going to have a video every couple of days or however it is, right?
Yeah.
Very important that you do it that way. Consistency is something that people really like.
Right.
Inconsistency makes people like, you don't know if they're going to be there or not.
Exactly.
So,
I try to do, it's like there may be times when I don't really have much to talk about.
Yeah.
That's when I'll go to the shelf and I'll just grab a couple of models. And, they might not be the best built or nicest looking, but they're here. And I want to talk about them.
Yeah.
And you talk about your dad. My dad wasn't into models that much. And as a matter of fact, when I built that 69 Camaro, he was thinking, I'll build a model kit with you. Yeah. We'll do model kits together. And the one he built, I think it was an MPC 56, 53 or 56 Ford pickup. It's the dark speckly blue with the tilt nose and, the real wide tires in the back. I'm pretty sure it was an MPC. I remember that kit more watching him build that than I remember the kit I built.
Yeah.
I don't, things just stick with you. That's just what pushes me. I just remember those, and I remembered it was a good time. It was fun. And when I had extra time on my hands, that's when I started doing it again.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that stuck with you. That I have a very limited memories of my model building models as a kid. I remember my dad sitting at the kitchen table building that 48. I remember that. That's a memory that's always there. But I mentioned on a video not too far back, I don't remember what video it was, but I probably built 25, 30 models as a kid. I can't remember not the first time going to the store and purchasing one. That is such a weird loss of memory. I don't remember ever. People say, I can remember going in the shelves at Kmart and this and that, and there were Germans and everything. I don't remember at all having bought a kit, period. But I built so many. It's almost like it didn't exist. Yeah. It's like, that's weird, man.
Right.
Hey, the air compressor just turned on. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but yeah, it just turned on. Awesome.
I can hear it. It's it's funny that, to me, it's funny you don't remember that, because I remember where we bought those kits. It was a Toys R Us at the Newington Mall.
Newington Mall.
It's down at the seacoast of New Hampshire, Newington, New Hampshire, and there was a huge mall down there, and we went to the Toys R Us, and they had, I don't remember too many of the kits, but they had a small selection. We bought kits there. After that, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had that memory. I wish I had some more of those warm fuzzies, but I don't. So I'll just relive it. Okay, I just go and buy them all now. I can remember all those. All right, so I want to ask you something. You contacted me a while back, and you said, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel."
Yep.
Why? That's what I want to know. What made you want to start doing this?
Well, so after finding Lucas' channel, and then that kind of made me think, well, there's got to be other ones. So I started, I found other channels. I found your channel. Dr. Cranky. I mean, I'm not sure if he's made any current videos, but he had quite a catalog of videos on his YouTube channel. And I thought, man, all these guys, they talk about each other, and it just seems like a fun thing to do. And I want to be part of the community.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was really kind of scared to do it. I don't know if scared is the right word, but maybe I didn't really have the confidence to jump in and do it. And thanks to you, thanks to Sean at the Scale Model Car Guys channel, the two of you guys actually gave me the confidence to, just do it. Just do it. And it's probably the best decision I ever made, because I've made amazing friends, part of a model club now that I didn't even know existed. It's like, this is probably the best thing I've done.
Yeah.
Don't let my wife hear that.
She'll understand. She does.
Yeah, she'll understand.
So when you started, you were very hesitant with me. You said, I don't know if I've got the right personality, and you were, I think, finding all the negative things that why you shouldn't. You wanted to, but you were like almost like battling this. Well, I don't know if I can do this. And as soon as you did your first video, I was like, he's totally got this. It's like you're a natural at talking to a camera. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
I find it easier.
Yeah.
To do that.
So your growth has been really, really good.
It has.
Short period of time.
It's been fantastic.
And I'm certainly impressed, because you grew faster than I did. My first boost that I had, I remember exactly where I was at, and I looked at my my phone, and I had my channel had already been started, and I had 30, 40 subs, and I saw a bunch of comments, and I started seeing my subs jump up. And Jeff at Jeff's Model Garage right back here, you can't see it, darn it.
Yeah.
He had done one of those shout outs for me, and it's like, man, thank you, Jeff. And everybody was like, hey, Jeff sent me over. And that kind of gave me the confidence, because let me tell you, without that, it's a cruel YouTube world. I'm sure. It would have been, I wouldn't have been where I was at if it hadn't been for that little plug. Yeah. And I'm glad to see you going.
Well, in the same respect, I have you to thank for my initial jump. I do remember that it was put out maybe not my first video, but my second video, I think. And you kind of did a little clip. Wasn't really a video. It was just kind of like hey, go sub to this guy. And I remember waking up the next morning, and I had 100 subscribers, and I was, oh Lord. And
yes, it's the community. That's where I was going with this thing. It's so when Jeff did that for me, I don't think Jeff had any jealousy if I were to pass him in subs. It was like, hey, this is a community. It's not a sole proprietorship. It's like a community. Right.
Exactly.
And for us to not want to promote one another, and I know sometimes things we don't want to promote someone for certain reasons. I can totally understand that, but when it's generally the community, we push one another. And that's what's so much fun about the YouTube modeling community is it's a community. That's it. It's we work together through this thing. We grow each other. Sean, every time when Sean, a Scale Model Car Guy, starts his videos, he always thanks his subscribers, his new subscribers, his old subscribers, and he says, if you want a YouTube channel, do it. He says, I do it on my phone, and that's the truth. And I'm thinking, me too. You pretty much do yours on your phone. It's not like you have a production.
So I do it on my iPhone. And like I said, I have the capability to edit videos. I could use the computer I'm on right now. Right. I've got Photoshop. I could edit videos. I could add this, add that. But I am having such a good time doing it the way I'm doing it right now. I want to keep going the way I am. That's not to say that I won't eventually give myself a little intro or a little outro or something like that. Will I ever edit? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, like I said, I do my videos like I'm talking to you and you were standing here in this room. And I can't edit something I'm saying to your face. So why would I edit a video?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's keeping it real. Not that if you do edit, it's not real, but keeping it totally 100% organic is, and that's, you gotta give props for that, because some people they don't want to have any misspeech or mispronounced words or anything, so they'll have cuts and things. And that's fine too. I don't fault them for that, but yeah.
No, that's fine. And I mean, if you've watched my videos, I misspeak quite a bit. I mean, I'll step off camera like, oh crap, I forgot something. Hold on. It doesn't. It is what it is, right? I mean, I'm doing these videos because I want to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Bottom line.
And that's what I've always said. If it becomes not fun, and sometimes it does almost become not fun when a kid's really fighting you. And I'm a real determined spirit. When I have something I want to fight back harder, and I don't throw things against walls and stuff like that. I don't do that. I'm going to conquer that thing. But that red 40 Ford that's right here, sitting behind these. I got these tester skits up here, by the way, so you don't see the mess behind me. But that 40 Ford pickup is right. My finger doesn't move. Anyway, so over there somewhere.
Yeah.
If it had a neck, I would strangle it, but it doesn't. So I'm afraid I'm going to break another hinge off, so I don't do that. But anyway, it almost became not fun with that kid. And I just okay, you can sit here a while. You can sit here. Yeah. This is a hobby. Hobbies are supposed to be fun. This YouTube thing is supposed to be fun. So when it becomes not fun, I had to say, hold on now, I'll step away from you. And I hope that all of us do. I know Brian at Got Fuels Model Garage, he said that just recently. And Brian, I don't know if he's still on the chat or not, but he said, I felt like I had to come home and had to work on these things. And he said, I'm not going to let it make me feel that way. He said, I'm going to step back a little bit.
Exactly.
There's Brian's on the chat right there. But anyway, so it's fun, and do it because it's fun. If it becomes a job, if it becomes something that makes you frustrated, that makes you snappy with the wife, it's time to give it a rest.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, frustrated. I get frustrated quite a bit, but I don't let it go beyond that. Like you said, I've got it down where this is fun for me, no matter if I'm doing videos or not.
Yeah.
And I'll walk away. Like this week, I didn't get nothing. I got nothing done this week. I didn't have time, and I'm not going to let the pressure of oh gosh, I got to get in there and I got to build something so I can do a video.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. No. I didn't get anything done today yet. I found something to make a video about. I had stuff in the mail, and it was, quick little video.
Yeah.
Got me out there. You don't have to always show, progress. At least I don't think I do.
Well, you've got a room full of content, so yours is going to last quite a while. On those days that you don't have anything, no progress, you can just pull one off the shelf and check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Change gears a little bit, and right before the stream started, me and you were talking. You just recently got from Tony Lancer, I believe it was, that your Holy Grail, one of them. I know you said so. You said what year Don Perdome funny car, for out of the 60s, right? That's one of them.
Well, I think it's 1976. The 76 Monza Army funny car.
Okay.
Is my other Grail kit. Because I remember seeing that kid I remember seeing the real car as a kid.
Yeah.
Don Prudhomme has always been one of my favorite drag racers of all time. Other than that, I can't really tell you why it's my Grail, but I can't find it. Maybe that has something to do with it. I found the kit a couple of times, but it's always been either a complete build-up and missing a bunch of stuff, and they wanted way too much money, or whatever. But I haven't been able to find that kit. And yes, Mark, there's lots of them on eBay. I do know that, but Again, sometimes it's the money. I'm on a shoestring budget doing this stuff, so I don't have the ability just yet to spend 75 or $100 on a kit if I really want it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So someday maybe I'll be able to find one that's in really good shape. If it costs me, a couple $100 or whatever, it is what it is. And it will get built.
Yeah. Well, so you also got that from Tony. You got that.
Oh yes, I got the
Pro Mod.
Yeah, the Rob Vandergriff Soft Seal 57 Pro Mod. That kit doesn't really come from me being a kid. When I first got back seriously into modeling, I saw those cars run at New England Dragway together. New England Dragway is an NHRA track now, but it used to be an IHRA track. And they had those types of cars. I don't remember the exact class, but it is what it is. Those cars were there, and I saw them, and I thought, man, I'd like to build models of those cars. And my uncle, again, he's like, yeah, well, they make models of them. I've got one. I've got the Carpenter 55. And it took me a few years to get it from him, but I got it from him.
Yeah.
And I built it, and I've just always thought that'd be cool sitting side by side on the shelf, those two cars side by side. And that's yet another kit that I had not been able to find in good shape for the money I could afford.
Yeah.
Until Tony helped me out. Again, it goes back to this community. Tony messaged me after talking about it on my last video, and he's like, hey dude, there's a hobby shop here local to me that's got one. I'll send it to you. It's missing a couple of parts, but I'll send it to you if you want. I was like, oh, well, I don't want you to just send it to me. Let's do a trade. So we did a trade, and I got a couple of kits from him, and that being one of them. And when I got the kit, it was missing decals and some minor chrome stuff. And I mentioned in my last video, if anybody knows of decals, I had multiple people contact me saying, hey, I got decals, you want them? And that is why I started this YouTube channel, because the people that I've met, it's just like I thought it would be.
It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. My wife Heather says, I'm jealous. She says, it must be nice to get something in the mail every day, which I don't get something in the mail every day, but we exaggerate with our speech too. But
yeah,
it is an amazing community. The givers that are out there, right?
Oh yeah.
Those who like to just give stuff, and I'm very thankful.
I am
very thankful for every little thing that I've ever gotten, and it is an amazing. I don't know if other types of YouTube communities do the same thing. I'm sure they do. But this model community is great about that. So I had something on my mind I was going to tell you, and I just lost it. Anyway, it'll come back in just a second. Holy Grail. One thing that I did want to show. So this is all about Blue Ox Model Shop. By the way, guys, I will link Jason's channel in the description below after this video processes. I can't do it right now because I'm streaming this live on StreamYard, and I don't have the ability to go on the description now and change that. I don't think, but I'll link his channel. The whole intent of this video is, yes, for us to get on here and chat back and forth about model cars and things like that. But this guy, Jason, this guy.
Is there another one over? Is there another one over there?
He's worth promoting, and I want you guys to, if you hadn't already subbed, and I would imagine most of you guys are subbed to his channel, but go check him out if you hadn't. Blue Ox Model Shop.
I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, so I'll link his channel in the description. But Holy Grails. When I came into this thing, I didn't know such a thing as what I know what the Holy Grail, the biblical Holy Grail is, the cup Jesus drank out of. I understand what that's called.
Yeah.
But I didn't know there was such a thing as a Holy Grail kit. And then on Facebook groups and things like that, I started seeing, oh, that's my Holy Grail, my Holy Grail. So I thought, I've got to have a Holy Grail, you know?
Yep.
And I was always, I've always been intrigued with the Chrysler Turbine Car. And I saw Jay Leno has one, and it's something that never came. It was something that was way beyond its time. And for some reason, Chrysler decided to not go forward with them, whatever that reason may have been. Yeah. And I've been able to get, let me do this real quick. There we go. So I was able to get, this is my Holy Grail. This is the original edition of this kit. Oh, doesn't that sound good? But it's the Johan Turbine Car. And I've got two others, two of the newer ones that were released in the 70s. This one came out in the 60s. But this was my Grail kit. And also, someone, and I can't remember who sent this, but someone sent me this pamphlet that's from the 60s, around the time they were trying to promote this car. And it was a Chrysler Turbine Car pamphlet. And it has all the neat features about it. And it was such a cool car. By the way, I've got some of that MCW color, that Chrysler Turbine paint. Now, if I can get this. Oh, wrong button. Let me get back out of here. Okay. But anyway, that's my Grail kit. And I know this is we're focusing on Blue Ox Model Shop, but I had to show you that is my Grail. And I don't think there's anything. I know those 48 Fords that I love to collect. Those are like really cool and very sentimental. Yeah, but they're like not Grail kits. But the Turbine Car, those things are kind of hard to get.
I don't think I've ever seen in person one of those kits.
I was at the JaxCon model show back in February, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And when we walked in, I told the girls, I think I'd already set my cars up, but I'm like, I got to go see the vendors. And I walked up to a table and I saw one, and I thought it was going to have this huge price tag on it. He wanted $50 for it, but I was able to get another kit or two, and I think I saved about 10 or 15, $20 or something with the other kits that I bought. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. But it was one of the newer ones, and it already had the cellophane off of it, so I can build it. And I've already got the original. I've got the next generation that's still wrapped, and it's shrink wrapped. But I've got to try one of those turbine cars, and I've got the correct paint, and they're so intricate. They're very intricate. They have so many little neat parts, doors open and things like that.
Right.
But that's my Grail kit.
Nice. Hopefully I see you build one.
I do want to. I really do want to. Terry says his Holy Grail is the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
So what is the Bounty Hunter? What is that?
That's a funny car.
Oh, it's a funny car.
I believe it's Connie Coletta drove the original Bounty Hunter. Yeah.
Oh, Connie Coletta. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that's a cool kit too.
Yeah, definitely. Pro Street does. Fred, I actually thought about, you would never go to a show and see a Pro Streeted turbine car, but would that not be? I mentioned that to Lucas. Well, it may have been you, Fred. I don't remember. Fred Henry or Lucas C. or somebody I was talking to. And I thought a Pro Streeted turbine car with a big blower sticking out of the hood or something, it'd just be something different.
Yeah.
That would
be cool.
That would be awesome. Anyway. All right. So you got your wife on recently.
I did.
You mentioned to me when you first started your channel that every time you fired the camera up, she ran. She didn't want anything to do with it. Yeah. A lot like my wife. Both of our wives are named Heather. Yep. My wife would run. She would get out of the way of the camera like my little daughter, Ellie. She would get out of the way of the camera as quickly as possible. And then I asked her to be on a video to build a model. And once she did that, she's not camera shy anymore. She'll get on. She'll joke around. And your wife got on there finally and did her favorite Shelf Queen.
Yeah. So
awesome.
She did. And the funny part is she also, the extent of her experience with this YouTube thing up till that video was when I gave away some kits for my 500 subscriber giveaway. She filmed me.
Yeah.
Something had happened with the camera stand or the iPhone stand I use. So I had to have her film me. And she was, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to be real quiet. I don't want to say nothing. I'm like, you don't have to say nothing. Just hold the phone. That's all you can do. So I started saying, hey, it'd be pretty cool if I could get you to build a model. No, not going to happen. Like, come on. Just pick something. Anything. Doesn't have to be a car. You can do, I'll get you a Gundam, or you can do anything you want. Nope, not going to do it. I was like, okay, so how about this? How about if you come in and pick your favorite model off the shelf and talk about it? I'd really like to just do something, change up the channel a little bit, get you on there and see what happens.
Yeah.
She was very reluctant. And she's like, okay, this isn't live. We're not doing this live, right? I'm like, no, don't worry about it. It's not live. We can start and stop whenever we want. She's like, okay. I turned that phone on record, and she took that ball and ran with it. She did better than I do, I think.
Yeah, she did. She did great. And I thought, she's not as shy as she thinks she is.
Exactly.
Put her in front of an audience of 600-700 people, possibly. Put her in front of a telephone looking at you. It's a lot easier that way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the things I told her was, don't be nervous. Don't think that while you're talking to the phone, there's 1,000 people watching you. They're not. They're not. Nobody's there. Just talk to the phone. Talk to the phone like it's your best friend.
Yeah, definitely.
And it worked. And she did great. And she actually said she would do another one.
Yeah.
She'd do another video. So we'll see.
They'll know who she is. And whenever you go to the show and someone knows her name, she's going to be on top of the world.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to know who she is. Yeah.
The funny thing is so my views are usually, my video views are like 500-600, something like that. And I said to her one day, I said, hey, that video you did? Yeah. I'm like, that sucker's up over 1,000 views already.
Yeah.
She's like, it is? I was like, yeah, it is. We're going to get you on the camera again.
That's what and before everybody is listening right now, before the stream went live, Jason's Heather stuck her head, and I said, hey, Heather, how are you? And I said, isn't it something how if you get a lady on here, get more views for some reason? I don't understand what that may be. Anyway, we had a good chuckle about that.
Yeah.
And it's the same with my wife. And I have had people in the comments be rude, not about her, but about me actually having Heather on the video.
Really?
It's like, yeah, and I just remove those comments because it'll be comments like you're just using her as a prop.
Yeah, that's
no. I'm glad my wife's out here with me in support of what I'm doing, and not a prop at all. So anyway.
That's something I don't have a lot of, is rude comments. I mean, it might be because I've got less than 1,000 subscribers, maybe. I don't know, but I've had a couple. I had one guy that was on my first handful of videos. Every video he commented with something rude. Every one. As a matter of fact, that's where I got my shelf queens from.
Yeah.
He commented, I'm not going to say who it was, and he commented, oh, you nothing but shelf queens. You don't deserve to have a YouTube channel. I'm like, bye, delete. And I was like, okay, these are my shelf queens.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You don't have, this stuff's free. They don't have to pay to watch it.
Exactly.
It would be nice if people, if they dislike the video, just not watch it again rather than throw a rude comment out there. There's going to be people like that, and you have to. It only gets worse, by the way. Lucas C was telling, when I started my channel, Lucas C started giving me some warnings, possibly. I think me and you have already encountered something of that nature.
Yes. Yes.
You do have to have a guard. Not a guard. You have to have your guard up as I am. Some people think that because you're on a video screen or possibly a television screen through YouTube, that you almost become I don't want to sound arrogant, and I'm not at all. I'm just trying to display what I mean. You see, people think that you're a celebrity, dude. I am barefooted right now. I do have shorts on, and I have a Blue Ox model shop. I'm in a junky old sea container.
Yeah,
I make videos. I am so you don't have but you do have sometimes people that are guys. We're normal people. We like playing with little plastic. We like building, painting little plastic model kits, and it's our hobby. When we get to the level of superstar, it's no fun anymore. I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that. Lucas C said, just be careful. Just be careful. You know, and that's what I'm sort of kind of conveying that to you, Jason.
Right.
Just be you. Just be you. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to be any different than I am if you were standing here talking to me at a show. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me behind the camera.
Yes.
When we try to become something that we're not, I think that's a turnoff to people. And I think that's why you're successful so far, is because it's just you. I talk to you on the phone. You're just the same guy as you're on behind the camera.
Exactly.
And, that is crucial, I think, with having a successful YouTube channel as far as doing what we do.
Right.
And it's great. It's the most fun I've ever had.
Exactly. I like when I went to the last model show that I went to, I had a handful of people, you know, come up to me and say, hey, you know, I love your channel. I watch all the time. I was a little taken aback at first because I'm thinking, boy, all these people know me. I don't have a clue who any of these. I don't know what these people look like, you know. And these people, they're coming up to me and shaking my hand like I'm their buddy. Yeah, and that's exactly what I want to happen. That's why I do my videos the way I do them. And I shake anybody's hand and chat with them for a few minutes. That's what it's all about. My wife, on the other hand, she's like, look at you. Oh, yeah. I'm like, it's not like that. Yeah. It was fun. It's fun.
So where do we go from here? I've ran out of topics to talk about. You
had asked me earlier about bare metal foil.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I said we need to talk about that.
Yeah, and the fact that I've never used it.
And I'm blown away that you've never used it. And how many kits on the shelf right now? About 200?
About 200. Yep.
About 200 and never used bare metal foil. But
no, sir.
The majority of them do have chrome work though, right?
Yes. I use Molotov pens. Yep.
And I hate those
things. And right here in front of me, I look at one and it looks pretty good. And I've gotten pretty steady. You know, I take my time. I go real slow. I think it looks pretty good. But I've been told that if I want to bring them all to a show and actually compete with it and have it judged, I might want to switch to bare metal foil for those builds. And I'm like, oh, well, great. Because I have no clue how to use that stuff. So it's coming. I'm gonna order some and I'm gonna start practicing with it. Because the two builds I'm doing now, I plan to bring our club, Classic Plastics. Nice hat, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I'm a representative.
Has a show in October that I'm going to bring some models to and see how I do. So I'm going to bare metal foil them, or at least try.
So for you to have gone that long with those chrome pins is just beyond me, because I can't stand them. Them. I bought the little micro tip, and I bought the one that looks more like a paint marker size. I don't know what the tip size. I bought two. They're no good anymore. And every time I tried to use those, I would have it would go too far, and it's paint. So then you got to get it off. I tried the bare metal foil and fell in love with it. Kind of a love-hate relationship. It depends on what sheet you get. You might get a good one, you might get a bad one, but it was a game changer for me.
I was going to say, you never know. I might fall in love with it too. And I might think to myself, why the heck have I been using those pens all this time? I don't know.
Right.
But my build ability progresses in very slowly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I need something to push me to get to that next level.
Yeah.
And I built I built a lot of models, and we haven't had one in a few years, but my family, my cousins and I, we'd all get together at Christmas and we'd have a model show.
That is so cool.
We'd lay out models on the hoods of my uncle's race cars.
Wow.
And we'd have family members and friends would come down, and there'd be a big Christmas party, and they'd vote on whose model was best. And we had a couple of build-offs, but what pushed me to actually start doing plug wires and stuff like that was my cousin. He was like, if you're gonna build models and you're gonna hang with us, you gotta start doing some detail there, bud. And that's what pushed me to that level. And I've been going, along. And now I think this whole needing to switch to bare metal foil because it'll be better for a judged show is probably the next kick I need to progress.
So David, this is coming here. David Chin says he's never used bare metal foil, but he uses mostly a Sharpie.
Oh, yep.
Maltol or silver paint.
Yeah.
I've used Sharpies. And HPI guy is known for using Sharpies for chrome.
Yeah.
I've done
I never had any luck.
I've done it. I just don't get the chrome shine.
Right.
It's a good 10-footer or something like that.
Yeah.
It looks good. You just don't get the chrome shine. You do have more control with like a Sharpie. The Maltol, it always would run with me.
Yeah.
But whenever I started again with the bare metal foil, it's I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's very forgiving. If you mess up with it, you just pull it right back off and start over.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about bare metal foil. And I also learned it works best for me if I use large patches, like on the video I did today, or at least about this Cadillac. I used one piece that just covered this whole side. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
It's wasteful, but it works better for me to do that, like a windshield. I'll cover the entire windshield with one big piece. And yes, I'm only using the trim, but I found that rather than using little thin strips, and I see people that are very successful. I watched Lucas C. do a windshield, and he did the thin strips. And if you can do that, that's great. But I just prefer to do it the wasteful way, very wasteful. But well, works for me. It's whatever works for you.
Right. And like I said, I tried Sharpies, and not only did I not like the way it looked, but so all of my models are out on an open shelf.
Yeah.
I have a small handful that are in the little plastic cases, but the majority of them I pick up, I dust, I handle, and I found that the Sharpie, you have to do it over clear. At least I had to, because the one time I tried to clear over Sharpie, the Sharpie disappeared.
Oh, no.
It made it run. So doing the Sharpie over the clear is great, but the more you handle it, it rubs off.
Yeah.
So that would be why I switched to I use the Molotov, because like you said, it's paint. And I've had some mistakes. I've had a pen malfunction while I was doing it, and just, stuff all over it. I've had that stuff happen, but what are you going to do? You just start over,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's another thing, too. Airbrushing. I've never airbrushed either. I still rattle can everything.
Good topic. I'm glad you brought that up. So you've got the fancy little, I see it it in your background there. Let's see. We can get you blown up a little bit more. Okay, so I see your
oh gosh, that filter. Don't look at the filter.
Oh man, your filter is probably HPI guy's filter. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's got so much paint, and he's heaving it out with those spray cans, and it's just
yeah.
But anyway, so you've got the nice little paint booth.
Yep.
Why don't you get an airbrush and do it? I just want to know why. You bought the little spray booth, and you can spray cans in there. But why haven't you gone airbrush? And I'm not saying if you don't, that's not good, because those Tamiya paints apparently are awesome. But
yeah. So again, it's just my lack of progression. I've been using rattle cans for so long, I'm comfortable with them. And, and up until less than a year ago when I started making these videos, nobody saw these models except for me and, a handful of people that are local to me. So the paint jobs, admittedly, the paint jobs from 3-4 years ago, not that good. But it is what it is. I am planning to step up to an airbrush, though. That's why I bought the booth. I figured I got to buy the booth anyway, regardless. So I bought that first so that I could rattle can in it until I get an airbrush set up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, and then admittedly, I had to redo my septic system unexpectedly, and that took my bank account took a huge hit. So it just delayed things. Honestly, if that hadn't happened, I would have had an airbrush set up by now, and I would have been practicing with it. But I just haven't got there yet.
So I'm gonna let a little secret out of the bag. That black cherry on my Oldsmobile turned out so slick. I am so happy with that paint job. Yeah. It was airbrushed with a Harbor Freight airbrush. So I've got an Iwata.
Yeah.
And it gave me some trouble, and I just laid it down, and I picked back up my old Harbor Freight gun that I had, or my airbrush that I had from when I started back in it cost like $20. And I painted that Olds. I've been painting all these cars with that. I've not mentioned it, but the last probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 builds, they've all been painted with a Harbor Freight airbrush. It's siphon feed.
To me, that doesn't bother me a bit, because when I buy an airbrush, it's going to be a Harbor Freight setup. I mean, it's going to be my first airbrush. I mean, I'm not looking to buy the top of the line stuff right away anyway. So,
well, you have this idea that if you have an airbrush setup, you have to have the airbrush compressor. You have to have the fancy. Now, I would like to have those fancy guns, but I just not seen a need for them yet. But like my compressor is a little Camel Hossfield dual, just a little small pancake air compressor. So I don't use an airbrush compressor. I use a compressor for a little nail gun.
Oh, okay.
Because you can set the pressure to where you want it, and it may run one time as I'm painting a car, maybe. I've never had problems. I've got a little water separator that comes out the back of it, and I don't have. So I've found cheaper ways to do the same thing, so to speak. And I know guys that do spray cans. Some people have that stuff down pat. I have ruined so many paint jobs with the 2X Rust-Oleum. It's unbelievable.
Oh gosh,
the primer's okay.
Yeah,
but I can't paint with those. No.
Some guys do fantastic with that stuff. Yeah. They really do. But I just know I've also had no luck with the Rust-Oleum 2X to the point where I don't know, and I have to drive 45 minutes to a Hobby Lobby to get my paint, which up until still all they carry is the testers.
I know where you can get some MCW paint if you're interested.
Yeah, exactly.
Link in the description below.
Oh, for sure. When I get the airbrush set up, you bet I am gonna, because I've actually bought some paint from him, some MCW paint.
Okay.
That I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, but I've been brushing it. I've been like Chevy engine orange. Yeah, I've got some carburetor gold. I've been brushing it on. So
I mean, it's paint. You can brush it on if you want to. I haven't used any on a brush yet. I don't think. I may have used some black at one point, but it's good stuff. And although Mark at Hobby Nut does support me, I would buy it if and I do buy it. I buy that paint, by the way.
Yeah.
It is a very high quality, good stuff, and I am so. It changed everything for me because I was painting with the little tester bottles, and I thought, dang, I'm getting a good finish with these things, and it looked good. And then I got with Mark, started carrying MCW paint, said, I'm going to send you some of this to try. And I'm like, holy cow, this stuff is amazing. And it's enamel
hey, you don't even clear coat your stuff anymore, do you?
No. So that stuff, like I say, it has a really, it takes trial and error. I will give it that.
Yeah.
What's the mix ratio? What type of reducer are you using? Are you using the MCW? I don't use the MCW reducer. I use the Mr. Color now, leveling thinner, and that stuff has really opened up a new level of finish.
Okay.
Because whatever the formula is on that stuff, it allows the paint before it doesn't dry as quickly. It allows it to
flatten out.
Yeah.
So you don't? Do you? I mean, I know this was. I got a question for you. Do you do any wet sanding or polishing on those?
Sometimes, like my red 40 Ford, the other Pro Street build, I had to do some sanding and wet sanding and polishing on that one because I had a piece of trash got in the roof of it. Mm-hmm. Other than that, not really, because once you get that paint to lay down right, it's got a great gloss.
Nice.
Also, it's an enamel, and enamels seem to take forever to dry. But if you add the hardener to it, it dries. It hardens it. It doesn't necessarily dry or whatever, but it cures a lot faster. So I remember with the tester's paint, it would be days later. I'd still have to be very careful how I handled the model kit because I didn't want the fingerprints. And with the, I didn't even put this one in the incubator. It's rock hard, the finish is, because I added the hardener to that enamel. So it has opened up new doors of creativity, and
nice.
I got tons of colors, man. I got tons of colors. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Now it's not like what kit do I build? It's once I figure out the kit, it's like what color do I paint? Because I've got a pretty good selection now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There is a reference guide. So when you go, say, Hobby Nut, when you go, if you were to purchase some paint, I'm not getting off on a Hobby Nut thing. I'm just saying.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah.
With the MCW, there is a on Mark's website, Hobby Nut Models. It has a mixing chart. I modified it a little for my personal taste to get it to lay down a little better. I'm in a real hot and humid environment. Mm-hmm. I don't think a single mixing chart would work for everybody. If you lived up north, if you lived out west where it's really dry, I think you really got to kind of play it by ear. But you'll be, you can get it. And once you find that sweet spot, which I think I've kind of got to, it's a lot of fun because you're expecting a good finish. You're not like hoping maybe you get it this time. It's like you're going to get it, and
right. Yeah, I'm. Jeff, enough with the lowrider Jeep photos.
He sent me a picture of it, by the way, Mr. Anyway.
Oh boy.
He sent me a picture of the lowrider Jeep. Yeah.
Me too.
It looked good. It looked good on your Jeep. You need to get some of those little wire wheels for your Jeep.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm sorry. I think I gotta go now.
Anyway, there's 94 people in this chat. We've been going for 1 hour and 3 minutes.
It doesn't seem like it. I'm having a blast.
No, it's a lot of fun, and I'm thankful for everybody that's been in the chat, everybody that's not in the chat, but you're watching this video.
Right.
It means
I'll
so
tell
much.
you what. I might have to go back and read through the comments because I'm trying to, and it's like there.
Yeah, there's no way, and I keep forgetting. I'll have one comment highlighted, and I'll forget. And
oh
Fred says, "Send me the picture, Matthew." I don't know what picture you're talking about.
I think he's talking about the lowrider Jeep picture.
Oh, okay. I will, Fred. I'll send it to you. It's disgusting. It really is.
Yes, it is offensive.
It is. It's a Jeep with these little California, the California lowriders. Looks like they've got those little, what do they call those? What were those wheels called?
Those are Dayton wire wheels.
Yeah, Dayton's. Yeah, it had some Dayton wire wheels on it. It was sick looking. And when I say sick, I mean like almost wanting to throw up sick.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, for sure.
Hey, everybody on the chat real fast. And if you're watching, I was speaking with Jason before I think it was, this thing's been already going an hour. Maybe we already talked about it, but anyway, about his wife, and she's comfortable on camera.
Yes.
And my wife's sort of comfortable on camera. It would be cool if we could get our two Heathers, because they're Heather and Heather, to do a buddy, but I can't get my fingers in this it's backwards. A buddy build of some sort.
It would be nice.
Maybe if your Heather could do like a pink Jeep with some Daytons on it.
Oh God. You lost me.
And my wife, and my Heather could do one. Anyway, I think that would be cool though. Two ladies married to two guys with YouTube channels do a buddy build, and I think that would be fun. I think it would be I think
it would be too. Actually,
what do you guys think? That's what I want to know. What do you guys think?
Well, give us your opinion, honestly, because I'm pretty sure she's in the next room, probably shaking her head right now. But okay.
Yeah. So, oh well, that's fun. It's fun to have, I appreciate my wife.
Oh yeah.
Understanding me.
Oh, for sure.
This channel takes a lot of time. Although I'm very low production quality and all those things, doing this stuff takes a lot of time. So I have to sacrifice sometimes time that I could be inside watching a movie with my kids or something. Now, I don't neglect my children or my wife,
right.
But it is nice having a wife that doesn't nag me and say, when are you going to put that stupid thing down and come inside? She understands, and it's great to have a spouse that does that. And I know most of you guys probably totally understand what I mean about that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, tonight was a perfect example. Like you said, we kind of did this like spur of the moment.
Very.
When we had the conversation about doing it, I was actually sitting outside by the fire with my wife. I had food on the grill. We were planning to spend the evening out there. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. And I said, Heather, so I got to go get the computer fired up. Matthew and I are going to do like a live thing tonight on YouTube. She's like, well, at least we had a little bit of a fire. Completely understanding. And that's the way she is. Yeah. She's amazing. She's
just don't do it next time. Yeah, just don't do it next time.
Yeah, no. I can't. Yeah. I probably shouldn't do this twice.
No, and this was fun, and I appreciate everybody that's watched, and we're probably going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. But anyway, any other last words or any topics you want to bring up before we end this thing?
Other than thank you so much to everybody. A lot of the people that influence me and drive me are in this chat, and I really appreciate every one of you guys. Every one of you guys. And I think I learned something from everybody. And it's amazing. It really is. And this is why I do my videos. It's why I'm here. I honestly could care less about subscribers. I could care less about that stuff. It's the community that drives me to be here. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, same here. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in tonight. I know live streams, I actually took everyone off guard with this one. Didn't have any warning other than about an hour. And for all you guys that took part in the live and all of you that are going to watch it, when it's not live, thank you so much for your support. Go check out Jason's channel. It will be in the description. As soon as I can get on the video and after it's processed, I'll add his link to the description. Blue Ox Model Shop. Go check it out. Go sub if you haven't already. I know most of our friends that have been on here tonight know who you are, Jason, but there are some that don't. Do that. Go check him out. I want to plug my Facebook group. Go check out Model Car Videos Facebook group. You know that Jason Hanscom or Blue Ox Model Shop will eventually have his own Facebook group, and he'll be out of here. But Jason has always been, until he started his YouTube channel, he was one of the top contributors to the Facebook group, Model Car Videos Facebook group. And then all of a sudden, YouTube came along.
See ya.
Long gone, Jason Hanscom. That was great. And Jason was like the top contributor. It was like every day he was a chef. Something was going on. Facebook is a good way to get your problems solved, or get you more problems sometimes. But I always encourage people, if you have a problem, if you wonder about paint, if you wonder about glues, wonder about different things with the hobbies, if you're a member of a Facebook group, Lucas C's Facebook group, Ken's Custom Garage Facebook group, all these groups are there, and they're full of people that really know this hobby well. And you can throw a question out there and you'll have an answer in no time. And you'll probably get 3 or 4, 10, 15 answers. I encourage you guys to go to Model Car Videos Facebook group. Join there if you haven't already. If you have questions, if you're new to the hobby, if you need recommendations of things to get, those are the resources that this community offers. And it's great. It's great. Also, don't forget, I've already mentioned MCW paint. This kit was sent to me by Hobby Nut Models. This is going to be my next build, 37 Ford truck. Go check out Hobby Nut Models. Mark is a great guy over there. Go check out his line of MTW paint, model kits, supplies, and those things. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Jason, thanks, man, for being number one. You're my buddy. You're my friend. And
absolutely.
You're also a fellow modeler. But you live so darn far away. What the heck?
I know.
You live in New Hampshire. Can't you live a little closer?
I don't know. But, they do sell plane tickets. You could come on up. We have a model show coming up in October. You could come up.
But I'm committed to a model show in October, and I forget the date. SCMA in North Charleston, South Carolina. There's a show then. I don't know what the exact date is. I have to get Mr. Franklin and see what that date is. But I'm already committed to that one, and that's in October. And more than likely, it would probably fall in the same week.
Probably.
Terribly disappointed that you're not going to make Acme this year, along with other people. I know Lucas C said he wasn't going to be able to make it this year either. So I guess we'll just, me and Fred Henry and Brian at Got Fuels and Rick Zink and all Neiman Chambers and all those guys, we'll just have to party together. So
you're gonna have to
next time.
So it's okay. You guys, and you know what? Up here, me and Mr. Anonymous are gonna have a good time.
I know who he is. I know who he is. And by the way, Mr. Anonymous, you know that I know who you are. Anyway. All right, it's been fun. Check out Blue Ox Model Shop. Give them a sub, like, subscribe, which that is a sub. But anyway, hey, it's been fun. Hey, guys.
Thank you.
We will see you soon. Patreon members, Patreon guys.
Yes.
I've been saying this for the last 5 videos, but I'm going to probably schedule a Patreon live so we can all get on here and do our thing this coming week. So anyway, look out for the notification. All right, guys, we're out of here. Take care, everybody. See ya. Bye.
Bye.